Sean. That's a lot. Okay. So for those who are online, welcome people online. You missed the whole just see my mouth moving earlier. Welcome to you. So good to have you in our community today. As we begin the service, Patricia Bahia is here and opening us up with a wonderful song. So it's all yours.
Great. So this song is called You Are Welcome Here. And I'm going to sing it. And as you pick up on the words, just join me, all right?
Come on in, you are welcome here.
Want to try it? Here we go.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter where you come from, no matter where you've been, come on. Welcome here. You are welcome here. Come as you are, don't change a thing. Just bring yourself and come on in. And now we're gonna take it up a half step. Here we go now. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Wow. Thank you so much, Patricia. That's so wonderful. It's so good to have you here today. And I think that's a fitting song to open us up because everybody is welcome here, all faiths, cultures, races, orientations, as we continue to live from a faith that's a combination between East and West. So we borrow the meditation and spiritual practices from Buddhism and Hinduism, and then we also merge with Christianity and Judaism, the Christianity, the love and action that has meant that. And so today we're going to be talking about Buddhism a little bit, and I'll talk about the comparison between that and our own faith. But for now, enjoy the beautiful, but we do decorate it at Christmas. You can see what we've done here. This was all done yesterday. And I also wanted to show you a picture of what it looks like at night here, if you haven't been by lately. So it's glowing at night as well. So we're just opening up to what the holidays are. And I also just wanted to Suzanne James, Veronica Parker, Kathleen and Marv Leitner, Kay Donnelly. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody that was here yesterday? Let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you so much. If I missed you, please let me know, but it was a team effort to get everything done yesterday and make things, and we're going to add a few more things as time goes, especially for the candlelight service that we're going to have. So I wanted to let you know we need to do our vision and mission statement. I wanted to open up that with just in gratitude first and then move into the vision. So if we all say this together, we are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A glorious affirmation for us to live by as well as affirm the action that we're doing in this community. So thank you for being a part of this community. Wanted to let you know a few things going on. We are in the middle of a coat and food drive. If you have gently used coats or gloves you have that you want to donate, we have up till next Sunday to bring those in. And we always do, we've been doing the green food bag program where people donate food every other month to help the food bank. But because the food bank has now had twice as much need as they've had in the past, we've decided to step that up a little bit. So we are just this whole month of November and December taking food whenever you can bring it in. Please do that. Our official Green Bag Sunday is next Sunday, though. So if you want a green bag, there's going to be some out there to fill those up with non-perishable items. The food bank is also taking financial contributions, which they can buy discount food through their program. So we are accepting donations on their behalf, but please write the checks to the food bank. I mean, we can deposit it and remit it, but if you want it to go to food bank, make sure you mark it in some ways that we can do that. So thank you for this contribution that you're doing to help people in need here in Napa Valley, especially during the holidays and the colder months. And then we have a number of things going on that may seem like a lot, but there's a lot of choices in here and a lot of festivities. I'll speak more later about that these December and January are the darkest, or at least the longest dark nights that we have. And so it's nice to be able to go out and be with friends, be with people, and celebrate the light that is around us. So we begin next Sunday, we begin today actually talking about Buddhism and enlightenment, but next Sunday is our Sunday that we're celebrating Hanukkah. And Harrison Osborne is going to be here, and he'll lead us through a ritual like he's been doing for the last few years, and then talk about the story of Hanukkah, the miracle that happened during the Hanukkah season. And the light, it's just another one of these in season of light that we can talk about and open up to that. And then the 21st, back up. December 18th on Thursday is our winter solstice ritual and celebration at 7 p.m. And that'll be here in the sanctuary. And we'll have, it's just a beautiful way to celebrate the seasons to do that. Celebrate the turning of the return of the light. And then on the 21st, closer to the Christmas, we're going to be doing a sing-along, all our favorite, or at least some of our favorite Christmas carols. Shauna will be leading us in those. That'll be fun just to create a service around those carols that we're going to do. And then on the 23rd, Tuesday the 23rd, there's a picture for the solstice, and then our annual candle lighting service is on the 23rd at 7 p.m. Yeah, reservations are not required, but it kind of helps us do a count. So if you can sign up, that'll be great at the information table or online, but it's not required. And then to continue on with Sunday, the 28th, we're having our annual where we do the burning bowl ritual, letting go of the old and bringing in the new as part of New Year's. And then on the 31st, the last day of the year, now this is on New Year's Eve day, so the morning of New Year's Eve. It's kind of confusing sometimes, but it's on December 31st at 4 a.m. in the morning. I know that's really early, but the reason why is because that's the last day of the year that all the time zones will still be in 2025. So people in Australia, people in England, people in New York, and people in California and Hawaii can all celebrate this day on the same day, so to speak, at the same time. So it's a tricky thing. I know it's early in the morning. It will be Zoomed as well. But also you can come in your pajamas and blankets and all that. There's nothing about that. It's great just to roll out of bed and come on in and be here by 4 a.m. So that's a great thing to do. So I also just want to let you know that we do a lot of cooperation with different nonprofits, and somebody asked me about that the other day. And the reason we do that is there are some organizations that are already doing what we want to do out in the world, so we partner with them, we collaborate with them. And one of those is Napa Can Do and Pro Inclusion, which is part of our part of the organization, so we partner with because they're out doing the kind of kindness and compassion action that we want to do, and they're doing the work, and together we can get more action. So I'd like to invite Joanne and Laura up here because they have some great news about they're launching the sign campaign. So they're going to come up and talk about that. Let me grab, you want to grab that microphone as you come by? There you go. Sean, there you go.
Here we go. Whoa. Good morning. My name is Laura Keller-Coyote, and this is Joanne Sutro, my partner in crime or in compassion. And she is the chair of Pro Inclusion Napa, and I'm the co-chair. And today we want to tell you about our very exciting positive yard sign campaign. But first, I just want to tell you that the campaign was birthed here at the center because over 3 years ago we started a book group, and we were reading Valerie Carr's book, See No Stranger, which is a beautiful, compassionate book, and we wanted to do a community project. At the same time, we found out about the hate signage in Napa, in Browns Valley, and on the Silverado Trail, which is very alarming and upsetting. And we ended up at the town hall meeting at Congregation Beth Shalom. Many of you were there. And Joanne had this amazing idea. She stood up and said, what if we had a positive yard sign campaign? And 100 people in the audience were like, yeah, do that. That's a great idea. So that's how the sign campaign was born. And I'd just like to take a moment and dedicate this yard sign campaign to Wayne, Joanne's husband, who passed this year, because Wayne was the first one that Joanne told about her idea about the yard sign campaign, and he was totally supportive, and I know he would be very proud now. So, for Wayne.
I can't talk now. So the yard sign campaign is really a very simple idea. We learned that we couldn't do anything about people posting hateful, anti-Semitic, anti-LGBTQ, anti-immigrant, anti-human being messages in their front yards or properties because of free speech laws and private property protections. So we asked ourselves, what could we do? And the idea of the Positive Yard Sign campaign is not to change anybody. We're not trying to persuade people who have different ideas, but to give a voice to those of us who have a different point of view and who believe in inclusion and that all people deserve respect. So we can't get rid of that other bad stuff that's out there, but we can dilute it. Because if you drive down the street and the only message you see is something really hateful and horrible, you might get the impression that that represents the community, but that does not represent our community. So this is a very simple idea that can be powerful in putting out a positive message. And I want to mention that many of you already know about our organization and have been supportive and have been part of our positive poster campaign, and that is really great too. And this is like another step in that same process. So Laura's going to show you what the signs look like. Very simple, just respect, acceptance, and kindness. And the other side is in Spanish. They're bilingual. And we will, you're like the launch pad for us. Not only did we start and the idea was germinated here, but this is the first kind of public place that we are talking about the campaign. The campaign starts in January. So we now, today, starting with you, have signs available. We'll have them after the service outside, and you can take them home. Please keep them until at least January 1st, and then put them out. We don't want them to get lost in the holiday decorations and signage and what have you, and so we want to start the new year with this very inclusive message. So there are other places they're being distributed. If you want to get more information about them, Our website, which is nvcando.org/pro-inclusion-napa, has more information about other places to pick up signs or how to let us know if you would like a sign. So thank you so much for all your support in the past, and we look forward to sharing these signs with you.
So if somebody wants a sign, where do they pick it up?
Today, right outside in the courtyard.
If they're online now?
If you're online now, I'll see if I can remember the locations. Here at the center on Tuesday is our monthly Pro Inclusion Napa meeting at 5:30 to 7, and we will have signs there that you can join us for that gathering. It's a meeting and holiday celebration, little party. And then on 2 Wednesdays, I think it's the 10th and 17th, the signs will be available during business hours, 10 to 5 at Napa Valley Unitarian Universalist in their office. And on the Thursdays following those, like the 11th and the 18th, they'll be available here in this office from 10 to 4. And then there's more information on our website, and if none of those work for you, just send us an email through the website and we'll arrange to get one to you.
Right.
What?
The website is on the
Oh,
sign,
thank
and so
you.
is the QR code.
Yes, excellent,
It's still
great.
a little, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And now we'll begin the contemplative part of our service.
Can you all hear the piano okay?
Center down, enter in. The noise will fade away as you begin to listen to the quiet inside your soul. Every worry, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let peace. Breathe out. Breathe in. Repeat it back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Let love. Breathe out. Breathe out. Embrace yourself for all you are, and listen to the truth inside your heart. Forget the past, what the future holds. Don't worry about what you don't know. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe
Thank you. That's a beautiful feeling. And with the same nice feeling, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and feel this wonderful moment, realizing that the presence of God, which is precisely here, where we are right now, united in this beautiful center, full of joy, peace, and love. I know that Reverend Jay and his team will fill us with the blessings, love, wisdom, and abundance. I know that God in us is perfect. I know that our real truth is spiritual. I know that exists in abundance of good and heavenly state and a perfect beings. I know that my mind is being acted upon pure spirit. Divine intelligence guide us into peace, happiness, success, joy, love, and a perfect life. I know that today we enter into this kingdom of joy, into this happiness. I know that every good purpose, it's already granted. I know that I'm governed by divine law. I know that we are all inspired by divine intelligence and guided by divine reason. And so it is. Thank you very much. And I believe the message that Reverend Jay got us today, when I read it, it was a beautiful thing because it's enlightenment. And I realized that life is too short to always be too serious. And learning to laugh, especially at myself, is essential for happiness. And when I turn around and see my granddaughter, my great-granddaughter now is 2 years old, and I see myself, look at how young I am. You know, having a great-granddaughter is a beautiful thing. And I know seeking knowledge, adapting new perspective, and understanding about myself and the world around me, it can be enlightened by my life. And who knows, maybe it can be even give me a purpose. You know, who knows? So, you know what, when I was also looking into this talk and what I'm going to talk about with you, and I remember that I am divine spark. I've been doing the candle lighting agenda for the Spanish, and we're going to have it on the 14th, so you all welcome. And tell whoever speaks Spanish to come. And it's beautiful because I discovered the result of my healing journey and carry it with me like a seed, as a divine light. And that is good because everywhere I go, I feel good. And people tells me, oh, what are you doing to yourself? And I realized then that I'm enlightened with every step of the way, what you guys teach me here and with the classes I take. And everything I do as a practitioner is helping me in my own life. And that is good. I cleanse the lens of my soul, and today I can be better. I can better see everything around me. And it lights an expansive love that what I'm truly am. And I can see that. And in the process of my personal transformation, I realized that the burden I was carrying, it wasn't mine. It was somebody else's. And because when I start seeing inside of Martha, I see that light. And no matter what's going on around me, it's not me. It's around me. And if I center myself into that, that's the beauty of this practicing. And this act of letting go and detaching myself from the no longer serve me, it reveals what was always there: wholeness, love, and divine presence. Being here with you and all your presence here is me, looking at me. And that's beautiful. And like Ernest Holmes reminds us, if our human relationships are not the most meaningful to us, we must feel that there is a heightened divine presence waiting around and through each of us, manifesting itself in infinite variation. So if I see every different thing around me, is that divine presence. So it makes me feel wonderful. It makes me feel good about even standing here. I'm not as nervous like I used to be in the beginning. And it makes me feel good because my life is good and because you help me. So I thank you very much. I don't know, I don't see but I think it's time for me to go down. Thank you very much. I love you all.
For you. So Martha, the Spanish-speaking service that's on Sunday on the 14th. What if somebody speaks some Spanish?
They welcome.
They're welcome.
I'm going to try to do a little bit English so you can understand. But also I have to remind you that no matter where you are and what language you speak, feel the feeling that is in there,
Yeah.
and that is speak a lot more than words.
Right. I find that whenever you pray, it's consciousness, so that's great. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, and it's going to be here in the sanctuary, too. So it's going to be in person. Yeah, that's great. All right.
All right. So this next song is called Let Your Colors Shine. And it's really saying, let your light shine. There's so many of us who feel like, oh, who am I to be amazing? You know, I'm not really all that. But you are divine. Every one of us has the divine light. And this song is just encouraging you to share it. Because by sharing it, you give other people permission also to shine.
You're a comet blazing, painting the night when you show it. So amazing, out of this world, out of sight, and you don't even know it. I wish you could see you the way that I do, without even trying. You warm up the room with your smile. You turn on the light. So come on, let your colors shine. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine, yeah, all over the world. Till you, I was fading, fading away in the dark. Now the gray has lost its shade, the clouds are all away. You bring the spark, oh yeah, like a flower whose power is drawn from the sun. When I'm down, and you lift me up with your smile, you bring up the light. So come on, let your colors shine. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine, yeah, all over the world. You got it like no other, only one of a kind. You make my world feel color, hey, 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 hey. So let it shine, yeah. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine, yeah, all over the world.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Exactly. Is that better? Do I need to go to the... It's pretty crunchy. That's what I'm concerned about. Okay, here, let me see if I could just pull it away from there. Let me see if that works better. I think it's hitting my beard there. Is that better? No? Okay. Hang on just a minute. And there I am. How about that? I only have one hand to talk with, though, now. What do I do? I'll manage. So this is this series that we're doing this month is about letting the light come through, which is based on a friend of mine, Jessie Powers, who's been here a few times. That she wrote this song, and I just have been so inspired by that song that I just thought it could be the theme this month. And it's about letting our light through, coming, being aware of the light. But it's also about this. These are literally from December to January, the darkest months of the year, the longest dark, and it can affect us. I mean, there's a real thing, a seasonal affective disorder that people talk about. It's real, and people can feel a little less energy during these times. And it's also intuitively a call to be more contemplative, more inward, to consider things. But it's kind of an anti-intuitive thing about this time of year because it's sometimes the busiest time of the year we have. At the same time, I would choose wisely that which you during the holiday season, what you do. And part of it is being around friends and people, just having good conversations is nurturing to our soul at this time. As well as going out and seeing lights and enjoying part of that, enjoying and allowing that light to come into us. So let the light come through us, to be through us. I know that the further north you go, the more dramatic that long night is, the long darkness. And when I talk to friends that live up in Seattle or up in Alaska and northern Canada, is that they spend more time together. They do more social activities than usual because they know they need that nurturing that's there. And also the rituals of the solstices, the winter solstice in particular, is huge up there. I mean, like thousands of people show up to community events because that is so important to them that the light is coming back. I mean, it's a big thing there. And I think it's more subtle here, but it does affect us. So I encourage you to be part of the ritual, the winter solstice ritual, the candle lighting service. If you can't make it on the 23rd, come to the Spanish-speaking one. They do a personal candle lighting as well. So that's just look for things to do and be a part of in that way. And that's why we're a faith that has that pulls universal truths from all religions. And so this season of light that we have, this is Buddha Day, when Buddha received his enlightenment underneath the Bodhi tree. Did I say Buddha Day? It's Bodhi Day. And underneath the Bodhi tree. And next week is Hanukkah, and then it's Christmas and New Year's. So we continue to look at those ways that are in the season of light to lighten up. But this theme that we're doing today is also En-Lighten Up, so that little double meaning there, to lighten up, because sometimes we take ourselves way too seriously. And another way to nurture ourselves is just to be light about life, accept things the way they are, and we move on in that way and live life in this deeper, connected way. Now, in that light, I want to tell you a couple stories here that are based on, they're not jokes, but they're teaching stories. They're light teaching stories that are from the Buddhist or Hindu tradition. So there was an Indian sage named Krishnamurti, and he was from India. And he told this story, even though he didn't really believe in a demonic force, but he told it as a teaching story. So he said, once Satan and his demon sidekick were walking down the street, closely watching a man about 20 yards away who was about to discover the ultimate realization, to be enlightened, to understand the universal truth of all life. And his sidekick goes, aren't you going to do something to stop him? And the devil said, no. And then he did receive this enlightenment. his sidekick said, why did you allow that? He goes, oh, that's fine. He realized the truth, but now I'm going to help him organize it and guide him to think he alone found it. So not really a joke, but something about when our ego thinks that we are here alone, that we alone can do something, then suddenly this idea of this enlightenment, this truth is less than. And I would say enlightenment is similar to people talk about salvation or liberation, that none of those are a one-time thing. That we, the Buddhists have a phrase that before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. So we have to live this life and open up to it in a greater way in this doing this and this openness and creative life that we have. There's also a story about, another Buddhist teaching story was about a man who was being chased by a tiger, and he jumped off the cliff, grabbed onto a vine, and the tiger was looking over the cliff at him, kind of clawing at him. And then suddenly the vine he was holding was starting to give way a little bit, and he was concerned about falling. He looked down, and there was a perilous fall beneath him. But then he looked and saw a strawberry. So he reached out and grabbed the strawberry and ate it, and it was delicious. That's the end of the story. When I first heard that story, yeah, but what happened? Because my Western mind wanted to know what happened, but the Buddhist mind is just very present. Just right now, it's the strawberry. Right now, it's a strawberry. Then I also heard another teaching story from the Christian tradition. It says that there was a man hanging by a cliff. Maybe it was the rest of the story, I don't know, but hanging by a root off a cliff, and he goes, God, what do I do? I need help me. And God, there was a voice that spoke and said, let go. And he looked down and he goes, is there anybody else out there? That's more of a joke, right? But sometimes we are. The main teachings of Buddhism is to let go of attachments and accept what is. And as we step into this idea of embracing darkness, embracing that which is here, which is in our lives, sometimes it's challenging to do that because it's not the life we want to live. It's not a desirable situation. It might be one of health, relationships, career, academics, whatever it is. It's not something we want. But when we're able to let go, greater things can come forth. We can not only enjoy the strawberry, but in that letting go, there's going to be new things that come forth in our life. New ways of doing things. So let's talk about Buddha a little bit. So Buddha was born into a life of privilege. I mean, absolute wealth. He lived in this compound that was surrounded by a tall wall that kept him separate from the world, and he didn't know anything outside of that wall. One time he happened to climb up the wall and catch a glimpse of the world beyond the wall, and what he saw was people in poverty and disease and disabled and suffering in some ways. Now, he could have chosen to stay in the ignorance of his confines and grown up in this privilege, but he decided not to. He decided to leave his family and go out into the world and experience the pain and suffering that other people experienced. After a few years of that, of being poor and hungry and his health was being affected, he decided there must be another way to do this. Something besides ignorance, but something besides the suffering as well. So he went to a tree, a Bodhi tree, sat underneath it for 49 days. He said to himself and to the universe he was going to sit there till he found the answer, because he wanted to help other people. And so what came out of that moment was a moment of enlightenment where he came up with 4 noble truths, as they're called. The first one is there is there is suffering in the world. It exists. And you can call that, I've heard it described as, rather than suffering, that's the way it was interpreted by Western scholars. But really, it's more affliction is a better word of what that is. And this is just in life the way we experience things that are undesirable, things that are, we grieve, we have losses, we have changes, we have rejection, we have things that don't work out the way we think they will do, and we have suffering around that, or affliction, as you might think it. And the second noble truth is our attachment, our non-acceptance of what is, leads to suffering, leads to greater suffering. So when somebody cuts us off in while we're driving the car, or they say something mean to us, or things don't turn out the way we want, somebody is critical of us, we don't have money in the bank account as much as we would wish, it's our response to the world that makes a difference. And normally, the human way is nothing to feel bad about. The human way is to react, to be angry, and blame other people and shame other people. But there is another way. And the third way is we can overcome our afflictions or our reactions to our afflictions by meditation, prayer, having an observer self, having an internal awareness, like what Martha was talking about earlier. She is a practitioner, but we are all practicing spirituality in the world, a way of spiritual living, and we can overcome this. And the fourth way is Buddha had a particular way of doing it called the middle way, which was the eightfold path, which includes acceptance, mindfulness, intention, concentration, right speech, right action, right livelihood, and right effort. And the Buddhism was born in India, and like humans are, it has broken into several different groups of Buddhists, spread into China and Japan, where in China, Tibetan Buddhism was born, and Japan, Zen Buddhism was born in different kinds. So that's the nature of things we have. But what I know is that we can enlighten up. There's the circle is a basic universal symbol. Not only was it probably the greatest invention ever to have a wheel that moved. I mean, you look at the construction that's going on over here. These big cranes are coming up, and they're if you know anything about buildings, they're all made of squares and triangles. But they needed things round to get all the materials up to make it higher. The pulleys and the systems and the machines and the engines and things that make things turn are all round. And the rectangles and triangles are of the mental, and the circles and spheres are of the heart and soul. We are often called to a circle. When people gather in a conversation, they never gather in a square, do they? And it may not be a perfect circle, but it's some sort of a amorphous circle that people form, because it's the soul that brings us into this circle, into alignment. So there are great circles, being like this medicine wheel that's in Wyoming, that's an ancient one that's now protected land. But the Hindus and all indigenous people believed in different kinds of circles. But also the Hindus and Buddhists believed in a wheel of life that was symbolic of a birth, life, death, and rebirth. But it also was affected by the different ways that the afflictions that happen in life, by what they call the three poisons: ignorance, attachments, and aversion. But what they also have found, both Hindus and Buddhists have found a way for this cycle of life that seems to be flat to become a spiral. Rather than staying flat, it becomes a spiral evolution. And that's what we do here also. So I find more and more that our beliefs are the combination, the East meets West. And this spiral evolution that we're all doing by doing action in the world. Even the Buddhists, when I first came across Buddhism, 25 years ago, I wasn't very attracted to it, because the people that I knew were Buddhists were, I know it was about unattachment, but they seem detached from life. But since then, Buddhists have become, they call it engaged Buddhism, what we'd call engaged spiritualism. So they're involved, they're in prisons teaching meditation. I mean, so their engagement is more in the world, and that I can come through and understand and know that this is going to be the way that we do and to a greater life and open up. What seems like circles are really an upward spiral in our lives. So we just want to keep climbing and keep walking forward and keep growing. We also know that we can enlighten up by embracing darkness. This darkness is one that opens us up to a greater way, that the darkness is actually just closing our eyes and being in meditation and reflecting on our lives and being aware of that which is giving us some sort of angst, some sort of trouble, can actually be a message to us to become more open-hearted, open-minded. And it also can give us wisdom how to live through this, create through this. It may not change the condition, but it helps in accepting what is and allows us to create through this in a greater way. The founder of our philosophy, Ernest Holmes, said, I do not believe that God has imposed suffering upon anyone to punish them or teach them a lesson. And that's a basic thing. I don't think we need to suffer. I think it's by allowing this insight to come through us is opening up. Now, one thing that I've learned about Buddhism also is from Peter Coyote. Many of you have met him. He's been here a few times to talk, married to Laura Keller Coyote. And he has reframed Buddhism for me. He's a Zen Buddhist. I don't know if that's it or it's his own personal enlightenment that he's come through. But I really wanted to share with you some of his words today about the Four Noble Truths, particularly the third noble truth.
So the third noble truth is the first one you can do something about, and it's called Nirodha. And what the word means in Pali or Sanskrit was a clay wall that peasants built around a fire pit to stop the flames from leaping into the village and burning it down or leaping into the crops. And the flames for Buddha were the passions. And what he taught is that by meditating, you can learn that you can contain whatever arises. So most of us get in trouble when we're running away from painful thoughts or uncomfortable situations. We wind up shopping too much. We wind up drinking too much.
So this idea that that spirit, the universe, is this clay surrounding that can hold our passions, that we can explore that which is our shadow side or our dark side without worry of it consuming us, because the universe is holding us. We are a container for this, that nothing stops us from doing that. And in that way, if we suppress it, it will come back up. It'll come back to haunt us, so to speak, or subvert us, or lead us, be tempted to do unhealthy things. But if we're willing to hold those passions, hold that awareness of it, observe ourselves, then we can make conscious and powerful choices. Like the Gospel of Thomas says, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. So we also know this way of lightening up is a path of enlightenment. So the last thing from Peter.
When you meditate, you develop a faith that's based on experience, that you can sit with whatever comes up, investigate it, let it come. You don't have to invite it for tea, and let it go. Everything's always changing. You can't hold on to a good mood. You can't hold on to a bad mood. Once you've developed the faith that you can contain what comes up, then the last of the Four Noble Truths is called Marga, and it's the path. It means just living. And you're just living according to the Buddhist precepts.
Those are the ones I was talking about right concentration, mindfulness, observing. So it's just a basic path that we can follow, that we can live by. But it's not like we hide in the confines in ignorance. We want to be aware, but we also know that that which is showing up, which arises in us, is an opportunity for us to notice it and let it go. To let it go and be in this place of deeper connection. We know that there's a cost to a sense of perfection or comparison or expectations, thinking we should be somewhere. And although we might consider people's opinions, we don't give them power necessarily. We also know within ourselves there's different aspects of ourselves that we can listen to but not necessarily give power to also, because they might lead us towards something that's unhealthy or not desirable or down a path that doesn't serve us in a long way. What I know is that there is a light within us, an inner light, an inner guide that notices things, lets go what doesn't serve us, and opens up to a greater way of knowing, a greater expression, a presence when you're with people to listen to them, a presence to be open to the way Spirit moves through us and guides us and brings us joy. But when we have things that we're resisting or judging or expecting unrealistically, it's a block towards greater joy. So when we allow it and accept it, whatever the situation may be, there is this joy and love that is always there, that's sourced in the divine and always there for us. So with that in mind, let's go to prayer. We know right now there is only one. Among all religions, faiths, traditions, there is only one. And we harmonize with this one, and we know that whatever is affecting us right now, whatever afflictions we might have, that Spirit is this clay surroundings, holding us in love, holding us in connection. And we have the sense that all is well, that whatever it is, we can handle it, and Spirit in us can continue to evolve in this enlightening way. So right now, I know Spirit is this involved, this evolution, this enlightenment in us. And for this, we're grateful. And so it is.
In all shining through. Namaste, I honor you. I see your light, I bow to you. Namaste, 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 I honor you.
For those of you who might not be familiar with that term, it's just I see the light in you, or I see the God in you. So thank you for being a part of that. And thank you, Patricia. Music has been beautiful. I know a good musician's here. I know when a good musician is here when I don't want to get back up just to say anything. So thank you. So blessing everybody. This is the time in our service when we invite you to be part of the law of circulation. That which you give continues to give back to you in many ways. Now, this happens to be your first time here. You're welcome to just give us good thoughts in there as it's passed. But we can have our ushers come forward, please. We know there are many ways to give. We appreciate that which you've given in the past or in the present today. So if you'll put your hand over your heart, representing that which you've given in the past or you give today, and affirm with me, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
Every ray of sun that falls upon my skin, for every midnight sky I find my solace in. I am grateful even for the storm that rages through the night and drenches me in rain as I'm reaching for the light. I am grateful. I'm alive and breathing. I am thankful. I have love within me. I am grateful for gifts disguised as heartaches. I am thankful.
We also want to take this time to welcome anybody who might be here for the first time. We have quite a few people here. And then anybody else who might be here, as well as new people online. So if you're willing to raise your hand, we have a little gift for you. Do we have enough pamphlets for, where do we have the pamphlets? Okay, great, great. Okay. Anybody else besides our Justin Siena students new today? We also, over here. We also, this is the first of the month, so we honor birthdays and anniversaries today. Anybody have a birthday in December? Birthday in December. I've got some birthdays over here. Happy birthday. Anybody else? And what about anniversaries? Anybody have an anniversary? Oh, we got some anniversaries. How many years? 38. 60? Oh, I was going, wait a minute. That's up with the math there. 16, we'll take that. Somebody else raise their hand back here? Yes? 8 years at the center. All right.
Yeah.
So we raise our hands with the Joseph Online. All right. Amen. Oh, yes. We have a baby in our community. It's 1 year old today. Today, the 3rd, December 3rd. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let's raise our hands and we say this affirmation to our new guest online and here, and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. We invite our practitioners to come forward at this time. And if you're interested in personal prayer after the service, please stay in the sanctuary while the rest of us go out and enjoy coffee and snacks out here. I hope all can join us. And now we will, the practitioners, is a great gift to receive the prayers from practitioners. Now we'll invite our children to come in.
Okay, well, today Michael helped our kiddos. We made the drums, but they got a chance to decorate them this week. They'd made the drums before, so they decorated them, and they have a rain stick also. Yeah, and their affirmation.
Song to sing for a second.
I
am sick of God. I am sick of God. I am sick of God. I am sick of God.
So today they decorated the drums from before, and today they decorated the drums from before, and we made rain sticks. So they had a blast.
All right. That's awesome.
Maybe the rain sticks could bring us some rain. That would be good. We have a blessing for our kids, so we raise our hands for them. And we and our teens as well, our young adults. And we say, we bless you, we care about you, and we're here for you. Okay, great. Let's all stand for the community affirmation, please, and our closing song.
Okay.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit.
I'm led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I am protected by love.
I'm protected by
I am
love.
here to be a blessing.
I'm here to be a blessing.
I am so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
And so it
And
is.
so it is. So this is a song called Be the Change. And it's based on the Gandhi quote. So here we go. If you want more hope in the world, be hopeful. If you want more friendship in the world, be a friend. If you want more blessings in the world, be a blessing. Oh yeah. Be the change. 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 Together we can make the world a better place. Be the change.
kindness in the world. Be forgiving, oh yeah. Be the change, be the change, be the change. Be the change, be the change, be the change, be the change. Together we can make the world a better place. Be the change, be the change. You and me, we can be the change.
Absolutely. Together we are a change. Have a good rest of your Sunday.